3 ways you can become a better self, meaning a better you. Would you like to learn 3 ways that you can become better, your better self? This is Donna Carver Live, and welcome, and thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Well, let's talk about when we use the word better self. It could mean your attitude. It could mean that you want to better yourself financially. It could mean you want to be a better dad or a mom or a better friend. It could mean that you want to be a healthier you, that you want to move yourself higher on your own wellness continuum. All of us have our own wellness continuum. You don't compare it to anyone else. It's like a seesaw, and in the middle, where the seesaw goes back and forth, that's where we say, this is a state of health. Yes, I'm healthy. Well, what would make you say, oh, I'm healthy? Well, usually what it is when you feel an absence of any signs and symptoms of illness or disability, or that you feel like you don't have any physical ailments or injuries. So you can do what you want to do when you want to do it, and so on and so forth. But as we get older, and I don't mean old like I am older, I mean as we age, say from our 20s to our 30s, and in that time period, there's a lot of demands. If you're building your career, that's very stressful. So how could you move yourself on your own wellness continuum if you were building a career and you were so focused on it? Well, you got to bring balance into your life, some balance. Even though that's your major goal, you have to have balance, because if you are not well, if you don't have a good immune system, you're not going to be able to keep up that pace. So things that you could do would be what? Well, let's see. You could exercise to help get rid of some of that stress. You also could eat healthier. Eat more balanced food, not so much maybe processed food or fast food, even though it is convenient. And it's okay to have sometimes, absolutely. Just remember, it's full of fat and full of a lot of salt. And that's what gives it a lot of flavor. So now you've moved from your 30s into your 40s. Maybe you're married. Maybe you have a significant other. Maybe you have children, young children. Oh my gosh, you're not getting any sleep at all. Talk about sleep deprived. Holy mackerel. Is that going to affect your energy during the day? Yes. Is that going to affect your ability to deal with the stresses that come with a job, in life in general, and with your family? Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're talking about, you've got the stress, you have the demands of the family, you have the demands of your career, and you're trying to stay well. That's a lot to balance, absolutely. And then when you get near your 40s and 50s, you know what you can become? You can become what we call the sandwich community. You have a family here with children, and you have your parents here, but they're getting older. They might need some help. They might need some direction. And that puts you right in the middle of your own family here and them here and your world here with your job, your career, your family, your other obligations. Sometimes you feel like you don't have a life of your own at all. And when you have a family with children, a lot of times they can feel that way. But if you change your lens view and you start your day, or maybe even your evening when you go to sleep and you're thinking about this, Be grateful. Acknowledge, say out loud, or write it down what you are grateful for. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for my God. I'm grateful that I have a wonderful husband and I've been married to for 51 years. It's really a partnership. I'm grateful that we have 3 wonderful fur babies. Yes, they give so much unconditional love. They can de-stress. So that's another way. If you had some animals, cats or dogs or other animals that you're attracted to, they can give a lot of unconditional love. And that can help de-stress us. And it can make us feel loved and have that one-on-one attention we need when we're caretaking so many other things with our plate so full. So what else are you grateful for? I am grateful for happy coffee in my life. About 2 months ago, a little over 2 months ago, I was introduced to this functional nootropic beverage. And for me, I perceive it as my miracle because for 11 and a half years, I had been living with severe pain from fibromyalgia and I had PTSD. I was not sleeping at night. I had no restorative sleep. I didn't go into REM. And that went on for like 8 years or so. And that you get adrenaline depletion. It's like, you know, your fight or flight syndrome, and you were fighting so long just to try and get well and try and find a doctor that could help you and all of that. Your adrenal system gets depleted and you are just like a dish rag. Well, this happy coffee and the happy capsule has made such a difference in my life. Even on the first day when I drank it, within about an hour or less, I stood up from my reclining chair in the living room. And usually when I stood up, my hips with the fibromyalgia pain felt like they were cogwheels with glass going into my muscle. It was like that every time I went from a sitting to a standing position. Very painful. Now, this is even with prescription drugs of muscle relaxant, of a very mild antidepressant to change the brain chemistry so that you can start sleeping, dealing with the PTSD. And then Tylenol and Advil. So I was taking all of that like every 4 hours, and it didn't take me totally out of pain. I wasn't pain-free, but I was made comfortable enough so that I could do maybe an activity every other day without my fibromyalgia flaring up. So I am immensely grateful to the people that put in the 10 and a half years in this corporation to create this phenomenal synergistic effect with that's all natural, that affected my body and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other people's bodies in very positive ways, in very individualistic ways. It meets you where you are, and it seems to address what needs to be addressed. So for me, 4 hours later, after I drank my beverage, I'm walking around and I'm going like this, and I'm going, oh my God, I can't believe this. And I hurry and go see my husband. I'm going, you're not going to believe this, David. David, you're not going to believe this because I can't believe this. I'm having a hard time believing this, but I'm living it.